Hello, welcome to TUDOR TV. We're back in training and I'm joined by club commentator Jack Cunningham and a new addition to the media team, Jack Devonport. So lads, good morning. Welcome back to the club, Jack.
Yes, well, back, Dan. Good to be back. It's been a long time. I think my last game was Dorking way back in March, and then obviously 2 weeks later we went into lockdown. But obviously lots of new faces, new manager as well, new management team. But it all looks really good there. The atmosphere looks really good, so I'm really looking forward to getting the season underway as soon as possible, really.
And Jack, welcome to Vauxhall Road. Obviously, you've been up here a couple of times, but today is the first training session that you've seen. What have you seen so far, and sort of how pleased are you to be here?
Yeah, really pleased to be here. I think it's a great opportunity, brilliant club to start my media sort of career at. It's been nice to have a look at everyone in training. Like Jack said, plenty of new faces, new manager. So it's just good to see what everyone's about. It seems like a nice group.
And I know that you've done a lot of research before you've eventually arrived at the club. Did a football manager save with Hemel?
Of course, not that. There's we've got 5 of them.
Yeah. 5
of them still about, but research is research.
And you're a UCFB student, which builds on our partnership that we've got with UCFB. How valuable do you think it is for the university to have a partnership with the league, but also for us as a club to be able to tap into that?
I think it's priceless from both ends. I think as students trying to get into the market now in media, it's getting so saturated. So I think the more experience a students can have at clubs like this is better. And obviously I think it helps you guys out. It helps us at Hemel if we can have people with a bit of experience alongside their learning, just to really help the club out.
And Jack, you've been commentating on some quite big games recently.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've got through really lucky opportunity through my other work. So I've been doing Premier League, Bundesliga. I got to do some Champions League games as well. I did Manchester City, Lyon, and then I did Bayern Munich, Manchester City as well, which were fantastic opportunity to cover.
You might have to get into Lee and just do a bit of scouting, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe a couple of players here and there from PSG wouldn't go amiss.
Bayern Munich have a pretty big squad, don't they? So could see if we can get any of them over.
And today trainings look lively, very competitive, and you caught up with Lee a short while ago just to see what his thoughts were on training. So here's that interview.
Right, I'm here with manager Lee Bircham, so we just had a decent training session there. Just wanted to ask you sort of your thoughts on, you've been here for a bit now, how you're settling in and how you're feeling for the new season.
Yeah, settled in fine. Like I know I would really, to be fair. It's not a strange place for me. I've been here, hundreds of times, so it's not, anything that way. But it's a big club, it is a big club, and did it surprise me? No, it probably didn't surprise me, but it's a lot of work. Luckily, it's work I enjoy doing as well. Football's it's part of me. So that side of thing, I love every aspect of it. It helps to have, because we've got such a good team around us that we've brought in, and the boys have been brilliant. The lads we've assembled here, all the right characters. No one moans at training. When we are working them hard. They knew that. It wasn't. But they are being worked hard, and there's no grumbles, and people that have come in and, if you like, trialists or lads that have just come have a look, they've all said the positive things, how hard they're working and what a good set they are. So, training and everything you do is only as good as the boys you got. If they don't buy into it or don't behave, it can ruin sessions. But, having Scott Daly here, he's just been phenomenal with that side of things, because he's been doing it full time for the last 4, 5, 6 years, whatever it is. So, to have him come and do pre-season for us, it's invaluable. It's been brilliant that way, because as much as I can tell the boys to do something, or Steve or one of the other coaches, Mark, it's coming from Scott. He knows what he's doing, and he does it in a way where, if the boys are running, he disguises, if the distances or whatever they're doing, and they don't feel like they've done it. But a lot when I do it, they all feel like, it's hard work. But when he does it, they're actually doing more work for Scott, but he does it in a clever way. But so far, really impressed with him. The attitudes and the quality, because it's not the best surface we're training on at the minute. But you can see the quality's there.
So obviously you touch on, to be honest, just look, my first view of the squad, I thought it was a really good spirit. Seems like a really good, bunch of characters, and there was a good competitiveness as well. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, they've got to be, because the team's not picked for the start of the season. every time they come here, they're looking to impress. You know, you've got 22 out there, so you could pick 2 teams, which we did. They all want to be in that team at the start of the year. So we certainly haven't said, right, he's playing. So they're not auditioning, if you like, but they're making sure that they're putting themselves in the frame come the start of the season, because that's what it's all about. You want to play football. So that side of it, yeah. I mean, competitive, it's all part of it. They've got to be competitive, and there's a few tackles going in there, but that's what you want to see. You know, that's football. It's great to watch.
Yeah, obviously, we've got a couple of friendlies coming up as well. Yeah. So, you know, there's a few interesting teams coming up with that one as well. So, looking ahead to them sort of games, what do you want to see from them?
Can't wait, really. You know, we've been holding the boys back, if you like. You know, they're getting a bit frustrated because they're seeing other teams playing at our level and they're getting games. We've purposely done it because we just got this thing with it being a 6-week pre-season. All right, we initially come back before it all got delayed. So the 6 weeks what we like, and we like a 4-week, if you like, before the season starts to get our games in. We're not trying to get a squad of 30 up here. We're trying to get a squad of 20, so we don't necessarily need 10, 12 games. And it's not every manager, every club's got a different way of doing things. Our way of doing it is just that's what we like. We don't want to flood it, if you like, with games. And so a month ago, also you always go back to when you was a player and what you felt. And if I would have been pre-season training 10 weeks before the season starts or whatever, I'd probably been bored by the end of it as well. And you might lose that little bits, key bits in the last couple of weeks pre-season because it's too long. Same way in games, you know, you don't want to play them too many games yet. So can't wait to get started. I know they're itching. We've had to change our fixtures so many times now, but we're keeping it organised as best we can. But yeah, I mean, getting them ready to play. If no, you know, everyone's ready to play football.
Yeah.
They're not already, but these lads, it has felt like the last week or so we've been holding them back, ready to go. But it kicks off next Saturday.
Yeah,
delighted.
Indeed. And finally, just want to touch on the new pitch we're going to have. What sort of benefits do you think that's going to bring to the club, also maybe the team as well?
Massive to the community and the team. It's a decent training facility, you know, as well. It's for me, look, you know, even as a support, it's a no-brainer in this day and age.
Yeah.
If you've got one pitch, but you're a community club, I've said it before, you can't do it on grass. You can't, because it's just not feasible. You know, I think here, Hemmel's got so many teams, and I think some of them teams never see the ground, you know. So having a community team, you're going to need the 3G pitch. And when it's done, it's a great surface to play on. I think everyone gets a little bit romantic with grass at this time of year, and they see the pitch is absolutely crisp and immaculate. Asking people in December, January, February, then what they prefer. And depends, some 3Gs are a little bit worn now. This will be brand new, so no excuses on our part. It's a fantastic surface for us, and for the club, it's a no-brainer. It's a great thing.
So there we are then. That's the interview that Jack had with manager Lee Bircham. And Jack, you've spent some time with him, not only today, but previously when we've had a meeting. How impressed are you with him so far?
Yeah, well, when he first came into the club, we obviously had that meeting as a team, probably about a month ago now. He came in, came and shook everyone's hand, really wanted to get to know us all, and he really wanted to hear all of our ideas as well. I like his idea for what he wants, also like off the field, but also the fact what he wants on the field as well. He wants young, hungry players, and you can already see with the players he's brought in that's what he's got, and I'm just really impressed and really looking forward to see what he can do with this club.
And Jack, you've been out there watching training today. Sort of what your first impressions in terms of how the management team want the team to play and the standards that they're looking to set?
Well, he's infectious, isn't he? As a character, like Jack said, he came in the meeting, he's shaking everyone's hands, making a real effort to get to know the media, the players, the coaching staff. And you can tell that he wants nothing but the best for Hemel, which is, I think, a match made in heaven. And you look at the standards out there on the pitch today, everyone's trying their absolute hardest. It might just be a training session, but you can tell everyone's already willing to give 110% for him.
Well, one player who's willing to give 110% is Jacob Cook. He certainly put in some flying challenges today in training to impress the manager. And Jack caught up with him a short while ago, and so here's that interview.
Jacob, back in pre-season for the start, what's it like to be back playing with the football after so long out?
Oh, it's been incredible, you know, all the boys getting together. It's nice, you know, long break after what happened last season. It was a difficult one last season, I think, for everyone in the league, all the clubs, and it's good to get the boys back in, see a new few faces. Obviously, I'm a new face myself here, so yeah, it's been good, but it's been a lot of hard work.
Like you say, a lot of new faces. What's it been like? Sorry, getting to know everyone, new manager, the whole new team, pretty much.
Yeah, no, it's been good. You know, you learn off new people, not just managers themselves, but players as well. We've got experienced players in there that have been around the league, so it's good, especially for the young players. A lot of the young players at this team. So yeah, it's been good.
You've spoken to Lee as well about his sort of aims for the season. We've seen in train there's a lot more running. Maybe for start of pre-season, how have you found that?
Hard work,
how have you found that?
No, it's been good, you know. You need it, especially after that break as we was talking about. It's good, you know, he loves hard work, and the minimum we always expect is, you know, work hard for your teammates. So the football will come after that.
On a personal level as well, what are your sort of aims for the season coming up?
The season coming ahead, obviously, I want to get myself in a team. There's not just, you know, you can't just turn up at a new club and think you're going to play. I want to get myself a shirt and be playing week in, week out, and build something here, really. You know, it's a great club to be at, a big community. Everyone's sort of involved, and that's something I want to be a part of.
Yeah, like you say, a lot of competition for places, especially in the midfield. Is that something you're looking forward to?
Yeah,
or?
Of course. You know, with that competition, it's just, you know, you can't bounce off each other, you can't push each other to get better results. So it's needed, and as you said, yeah, there's a few midfielders in there.
Yeah, coming with the competition, we noticed you had an ice pack on your foot earlier, about 30 seconds into the game, but maybe a minute late, that tackle.
Yeah, just a bit late. I think he was on the sofa at home at that point when I got him. But yeah, just, you know, I play like I train, or train like I play, sorry.
And finally, we've got a friendly next week coming up. Are you looking forward to that, getting back in action?
I think everyone's looking forward to that, yeah. At least getting 45 under the belt for everyone. And just seeing how the team plays, to be honest, you know. So it's easy to do training games and whatnot, but playing a real game, that's where it matters, and start getting in that winning feeling.
And that's Jack's interview with Jacob Cook. And Jack, sort of, he's another player that's very infectious, very lively on and off the pitch. We've got a very competitive midfield with the likes of Jacob, AD, Jake, Luke. Sort of, how difficult do you think that is for a management team to decide which 2 out of the 4 they're going to pick? But also, it must be a good position to be in as well.
Oh, it's definitely a problem that you'd want to have. So many good options in that midfield, so many players fighting for their places, and you can see in training that there's no holding back. Everyone's got to go for their own position. There's got some tasty challenges flying in, as you previously mentioned, but yeah, it's a brilliant problem to have.
Yeah, well then, so over the course of the season, we'll be bringing you all the updates from the clubs and from the club and the games. We've got a few pre-season friendlies coming up, so we'll try our absolute best to have maximum coverage as possible. We'll also be doing features like this before the game and after the game, just getting the views of the 2 Jacks and finding out what their thoughts are ahead of the game. So stay tuned to all of our social media feeds where we'll be bringing you all the up-to-date action.